Had some interesting thoughts today. We got this coronavirus, we got this Marxist movement in the government and the country. And a thought occurred to me today. Everyone has been through road construction. And through this road construction, your redirection through the old route of travel to the new route of travel. You're redirected and you're watching the road and you're not watching what kind of construction is going on, because you got to focus on the road, you got to focus on what's ahead of you and not have an accident with another car, and you're not seeing all the stuff that is happening off to the side. And then some time later, you drive that same route and there's still construction. And you wake up the next morning and you drive out. The construction is done. The K-rails are gone. All the construction vehicles are done. And you're on this brand new highway. And that's the way I do believe this Marxism is going to happen. Everybody's watching what is going on with this coronavirus and everything else happening on the other side. You're not seeing. And when they roll out this Marxism and this communism, it's going to be so fast that nobody's going to have time to react. But everything they've done is already created and the new pavement has been laid for this new country. It's very troubling, the direction we're going. And we're seeing it happen in slow motion. As Glenn Beck said, the government never does anything fast, and it's by design. So that what we're seeing is incremental implementation of Marxism into our country and to our society. And it's so subtle that most people don't see it. But it's there. And just like the new road they build, we'll wake up one day in a completely different country. You went to bed with freedom, or somewhat, and you wake up the next morning to communism. And I believe that's the way it's going to go. You'll have checkpoints, you'll have the military police rolling down your neighborhood streets, doing the martial law thing, collecting your weapons and everything, because in this new country, that's not allowed because the government is in complete control of everything. And they're not bashful about saying it. You'll own nothing and be happy. We're Americans. We like owning stuff. And we like being happy. And everyone thinks they can do communism better than the last group did. It doesn't work. As an idea, communism is a great idea. As an idea. But it ceases to be a great idea the moment you involve people. Because this idea of everyone being equal, even in communism, not everyone is equal. Those in power will still be in power. They're going to be more equal than you. And your life that you think sucks now is going to suck even more under communism. Everyone looks at China as a role model. Yes, the government in China is communist, but they had to back away from communism to a degree and let private markets open up and become a capitalist communist country, because the country itself could no longer support the population. They had to have businesses open, people opening their own businesses to help support the country. I have friends that came from the Soviet Union. They lived under communism. Under communism, they got a car, they got an apartment, they got their ration cards. Well, the car was a Trabant. More often than not, it wouldn't even start. The apartment you get is not the one you want, because they don't put you up where you want. They just give you the one that happens to be open. It had speakers in listening devices in the apartment. And if you said anything about the government, you would disappear during the night. Try raising your family in an apartment building that is in the center of Moscow. There are drugs in the building, there's prostitution in the building, there's a murder every other week, and you're trying to raise a family in that? Well, you got nowhere else to go. That's where the government put you. My friend was a cardiothoracic surgeon. The government paid him 26 rubles a month. That was his government salary. Could you imagine making it on $26 a month? Everybody in this country asking for communism, and they have no idea what they're asking for. Everyone needs to read or reread Animal Farm. It's about communism and how it doesn't work, and how those that are at the top will always be at the top. They will always have more. In this country, with our capitalist government, we have the 1% on top. If it goes communist, guess who's still going to be on top? That 1%. And all of us are going to have less. Because in the communist government, the government owns everything. They can kick you out of your house and say that house no longer belongs to you. It belongs to the government. They're going to give it to some other family with all your stuff still in it. And you're going to go somewhere else. What are you going to eat? We're shutting down the meat production. I went to my local Brahms store the other day. A steak, a 1 pound steak, 1 pound 8 ounces, was $24.99 a pound for one steak. It's going to get worse. I would say it's going to get worse before it gets better, but it's just going to get worse. We as a people have to stand up. We as a people have to collectively say no. We have to resist this vaccine mandate. We have to resist everything the government does. They work for us, and they have forgotten that. They think we are here to serve them. We are not. And everyone says that this is a democracy is wrong. This is a constitutional republic. The Constitution is the law. And these lifelong senators in Congress have been using our own Constitution against us. Little known fact in history: the Democratic Socialist Party tried so long to get in power. And they sucked. Nobody liked them because they were socialist. So they thought, well, instead of trying to create a new political party, why don't we just infiltrate one that's already in existence? So all your Democratic Socialists join the Democratic Party. That's why we have the likes of AOC in Congress now. She is a socialist. And she is the darling of the House of Representatives. And she's getting people to come to her way of thinking. If we want our country back, we're going to have to take it back. We're going to have to vote these people out. Set term limits for Congress. And get these people out. There's talk of a convention of states. The last time there was a convention of states was just prior to the American Civil War. So if history repeats itself and we get another convention of states, we get enough states to have a convention of states. If history does repeat itself, there will be another civil war. I think everybody already knows that is on the way. Civil war, revolution, whatever. It's in the works. There's so many people just pissed off in this country. And half of them don't know why they're pissed off. They just know that they're pissed off about something. But when the government is showing you the left hand, they're not showing you what's in the right. And they're experts at misdirection. this rally that's supposed to happen tomorrow in DC. Everybody is saying don't go because it's a setup. I imagine so. I wouldn't go anyway because I got to work tomorrow. I have no reason to go to DC anyway. The place is a fetid sewer. I saw a bag of rice today. 15-pound bag of rice. $14.98. It's gone up considerably. Saw an 8-pound bag of beans that was, I think it was $12. And it was 6.2 cents per ounce. And the 1-pound bag was $1.48. It was 9.7 cents an ounce. Grocery store shelves are thinning out by design. Get food while you can. Get rice, beans, canned food, canned vegetables, canned fruit, canned meat. Get all you can right now while you can. During the presidential debates, Joe Biden referenced Dark Winter 3 times. There was an Operation Dark Winter where they were training for a biological event. Is there something planned for this winter? Is there another virus they're going to release? Who knows? Keep a watch on your family. Get to know your neighbors. Make a group. Are your neighbors preppers? Do you know your neighbors? If you're a prepper, you don't really want to out yourself. And maybe strike up a conversation about your concern and you're not sure what to do to prepare. And maybe they'll start talking to you about preparing. Get with your neighbors. Organize a defense force. That's easier said than done. You try to get like-minded neighbors on board and create maybe a neighborhood militia. Because if this society collapses, it is going to be terrible. Hurricane Katrina is an example. The delayed government response was by design. The government wanted to see what societal collapse would look like. That's why it took so long to get in there. Now, Walmart was Johnny on the spot with supplies, the news said. But those Walmart trucks that was lined up trying to get into Louisiana, the government held them up at the border for 7 days. They wouldn't let anybody into Louisiana. They put National Guard with the police. Violation of posse comitatus. One soldier was with a police officer. Another police officer was walking up. This police officer said, "Have you shot anybody tonight?" He said, "No, I got tired of shooting people. I just started stabbing them." They were taking guns away from people in the 9th Ward. Guns that people needed to protect themselves. And the military went in there with the police, disarming people, taking all the guns out of their house, confiscating guns. It can happen on a large scale, and it will happen. All it takes is for the government to declare nationwide martial law, and you don't have any rights under martial law. The Constitution is suspended. We were in an area, and this person was talking to my company commander, and this person asked, "Is this martial law?" He said, "No, it's not." She said, "What if it would be?" He said, "Well, you see that guy walking up the street?" He said, "It's after 5 p.m. We wouldn't have to ask questions. We could just shoot him right there in the street." We're living in scary times, folks. Prepare your house. Prepare your heart. Prepare your soul for the return of Jesus Christ. Let's hope He comes soon. And I seriously pray that the children in this country will not have to see the things that I've seen. The evil that men do to one another. I hope that they never have to see that. I hope they never have to experience that. I hope y'all are prepared as best as you can be. Y'all take care.